Alright, peeps. We got her broken down. Figured out what was scratching them cylinders. Got all my parts. Got her ready to go. Show you guys what's going on. I'll just lift it up like this. Ooh. I think that didn't hit anywhere crucial. So you can see that little bit of scoring right there. Go grab me a paper towel real quick. While she's doing that, I'll show you guys. We got our crank. Bearings are all still in good shape. No scoring. I need another one. Is there a blue one? Go grab me one of them blue ones. Underneath the sink. Bearings on those. Bearings on the crank still in good shape. So I'm glad I'm doing this when I am doing it, because I'm catching it before it really started to cause any catastrophic damage to it. Hold this. Before we cause any catastrophic damage to it and wipe down the cylinders, still has some oil in them, so we can see exactly what's going on. So like I was telling you guys, he was trying to charge me about $400 to come in and hone these cylinders, bore these cylinders out. Now, after breaking all this down and kind of looking at it, I think I might be able to just hone this out myself and kind of like clean it up myself, save myself some money, because it's not that bad. So this is what we got, right? And see right there, that's where we have a little bit of scratching. It's nothing super deep. Nothing super deep. Top cylinder, same thing. It's nothing too deep. Now we do, it just could use like a little bit of a cleanup. You see him right there? That little guy is a crazy little guy. Third cylinder, so it's got a little bit of scraping, but as you can see, it's still pretty clean in there. And then the fourth cylinder, bottom cylinder. And so our cylinders are all still in pretty good shape. Let me sit this down. See how nasty all of this is? So somebody's opened this up and put this gasket in here. This is like some RTV type stuff, right? Then they put, look at this, y'all. This is, I was trying to show y'all this, but the other camera died. So we have 13s, 14s, 11s, 15s, 15. Then what they did was they cut this and put a big ass 15 in here. I don't know why. It's so stupid. So this is what I'm thinking, guys. This is what I'm thinking. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna tell you guys what I'm thinking in a second. All my cam journals. My journals are still good. No major scoring. Nothing. Those are all still good, nice and smooth. I'm gonna show you guys the other side. And this is all the way bare. So there's no more bolts in this block at all. So she's bare, she's ready to go. The only thing I gotta do is I gotta take out these little plastic pieces, little rubber pieces. those little circles. Gotta get those out. Where's our damage occurring, guys? Piston ring, hold on. Where's our damage occurring, guys? Piston ring, piston wrist retaining clips or piston rings? Let's look at our top. This is our top. Look at that, boys. Look at that. This phone keeps not wanting to. There we go. Look at that. When I sat it down, that came out. Picked it up and said, oh, I think I know what it is. Our wrist pins, still in good shape. So what's happening is our piston rings are failing. You see, like, there's a booger of it right there. Look at that, guys. Piston ring failure. Shooting off, getting trapped in the piston, in the cylinder at the top, dinging around. It's number one. Number two. You can see where it's starting to score on the piston side, on the piston skirt. They feel old and brittle. They feel like really, really tough. So maybe if you own an outboard motor, this is some crazy maintenance. Change your piston rings. Look at that. This is the worst one yet. Look at that. Look at that skirt. She's done. She's done. And so originally what I was showing you guys was those little dents in the piston. I was like, well, you know, that's not good. We're going to need to take them out to figure out what's going on. And that's what's going on. You see how it's even chewed down the dividing portion of the skirt in between the piston rings and just completely ate that off. Look at that. Look at that. That was number 3. Luckily, though, it didn't do any major damage to the actual cylinder walls. It's 4. Yeah, but look at that. So this one is sitting at the bottom, so it's collecting all those little chips right there. It's collecting all those little chips, causing super pitting. Like I said, so 3 was kind of our worst, right? Let me go back and look at 3. 1, 2, 3. She's not too bad. So this is what I'm thinking, boys. I'm thinking I'm going to try to rehome these cylinders myself. I'm going to take a measurement. I'm going to take a bore, give me a bore dial indicator, and measure them. I'm going to clean them up, see what I'm measuring after. So if it's $400, right? $400. We have to stay under $3,000. We've already spent $800. So we only have $2,200. I got to get all new hardware. I got to get new pistons and see. So I found a kit. I found that kit. It's a Happy Mech on eBay. It's got the pistons. It's got the bearings for the pistons. It's got all new gaskets. But it's $750. Plus shipping. So let's just go ahead and say $800. Same price as what I paid for the actual boat itself. So 800 plus 4, that's 1,200. So that only leaves me with $1,000. And I still have to get the lower end. I still have to do the lower end. So replace all the seals on the lower end. Get a new propeller. I need to redeck the floor and get seats. And then I want to put some music in there. And then I need to buff it out and wax it. So we're cutting it really thin. So if I could save on that 400, get the piston set. I'm gonna have to do that. I can't not do it. I can't reuse these. They're done. If I can save on that, what I was thinking, guys, if I can hone this out right, and I can get those new pistons and piston rings in there, and they are nice and seated, I can take this, because he's only boring these out. He said that he's only going to bore them out. He's not redecking. He's not cleaning, nothing. So he's just going to drill $100 a cylinder, essentially. It's kind of outrageous. But I can take this to like a powder coating shop, have them sandblast it down, clean it, right? Clean the head, clean the intake, powder coat it. Now I believe I could probably do that for around $300. Get all this powder coated. So that's what I'm kind of looking at doing right now. Next step is, first I gotta find me a powder coating shop, call them, see what they're talking about. I got this apart, I got it ready to go. It's mobile now. She's already broken it down, so I can take it to that machine shop to show him what I'm talking about. Maybe he'll be like, yo, just give me $100, $150. He says some shit like that, he can do it, you know. If he's still like $400, $100 a cylinder, I'm probably gonna try to do it myself. And then my whole thing is, I'm a mechanic. I always tell people to try it yourself. If you can't get it, then call me. If I can't get this shit, then I'm gonna take it down there to him. Oh well, it's money saved. I was gonna have to spend it anyway, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna find me a powder coating shop, see how much it is to sandblast this little thing down, clean it, cause all of that's got to go. All of this nasty. I'm not even talking about this gasket stuff. I'm talking about all in here. All that stuff, that's got to go. We're looking to start brand new, fresh. And then powder coat it. Put it all back together to the point where they can just powder coat it and we're all good to go. So I'm going to see how much all that costs. Get some new hardware, and then I will see y'all on my next video. Now this is going to be part 3 of the teardown. I had one video, then I had to stop because I had to go to the store. Had another video, the camera died on me, and so you guys kind of missed me actually taking all this apart, but I had to go to the store anyway, because to get these off, these caps are 12-point sockets, but they're, what are they? They are, where is she? When I'm trying to show you guys the tools and when it's not around. Here we go. 1/4, quarter-inch, 12-point socket. So I had to go get me one of those to break these caps loose. So then you have that video of where it kind of cuts off when I was actually backing. I was backing this bolt off. I believe that's when it cut off. I was backing this bolt off because it was stripping. Phone, I want to zoom in. This was stripping, and you can tell she stripped. Oh, that's why. So yeah, this was stripping. Look at that. But I was able to put a pair of channel vice grips on it. She came right off. So I got to replace that one. I'm going to see if I can just replace all of these. All this hardware, I'm trying to replace it all. Stainless steel. So that's where it left off. But pretty much I just took that off. And then after I took that off, this plate came off. So that's what we were trying to do. We were trying to get this plate off. That plate came off, exposing the bearings for the crank. And then pretty much that's when I had to stop because I didn't have that 12-point socket. Went and got the 12-point socket, undid the pistons, took them out, took off the bearings, the little bearings and stuff, took off these plates. And, that's where we are. Pulled the cam off, and then I turned you guys back on. And that's where we are. So this is where we're at right now. Got a table full of stuff that it's not going to be a table full of stuff for very long. Because if the longer you leave stuff like this, as much as you can try to organize, you're going to forget shit. You're going to forget little shit. Like, where does this go? Where does this plug into? Where does that plug into? Plug into something over here. No, it plugs into this right here. So this is where we're at right now, boys. The fun part, putting all your tools away. But yeah, so number time. We're still at $2,200. I just broke all this shit down. Gotta spend $800 on getting the pistons and the gasket set. Probably spend another $50 on getting hardware. Gotta figure out if we're gonna hone these out. If I'm gonna do them, I figure I could probably get a honing tool for like $50. If I can do it, clean them up, perfect. Powder coat it. Put it back together. Start on that lower end. Start on the lower end over there. So, we shall see. We shall see.